Hello everyone, welcome to new video of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Please subscribe. For this game, timing is key in combat. Activate perfect block for effective defense and counter attacks in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So in this game, you have to maintain stamina wisely during fight in this game, I mean Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, you have to maintain combat flow and avoid being an easy target. Keep enemies in sight, engage evenly matched foes, and experiment with different weapons for success in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
I'm wounded.
For beginners, there are several combat tips for this game. That is, you can make the experience more engaging. It makes a bit of practice to get used to the slower pace, but once this rhythm becomes familiar, dealing with enemies become simpler. Even when more than one decided to challenge Henry. So another thing you have to remember is do not keep block always active. Although it might seem wise to keep Henry's guard up constantly and maintain a defensive sentence, the ideal approach in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 complex combat is to time the defense carefully. Block should be activated only when a shield icon appears on the screen, but the windows for doing this is short. That is why it is critical to practice a perfect block early on, especially during initial encounters when enemies are less experienced, making it easier to succeed. And hence explains in the tutorial it is also possible to follow up a perfect block with an attack that has a higher chance of hitting the opponents, making this a peaceful and powerful combination. So another thing you have to remember, you have to manage the character's stamina well. Besides Henry's health, another resource that demands attention is his stamina, essential for keeping combat flow steady. Large attack chains or poorly timed defense can drain these resources over time, turning Henry's into an easy target. Whenever possible, stepping back from an engaged enemy for a brief moment helps restore stamina before launching into another sequence of
I'm
attacking.
obliged to you for
This is
looking
one of the
after my
most important
goods.
tips
But I'll
for
take them back
the
now.
combat
Just hand them
in
over,
this
and
game,
I'll let you go.
and for one of the
You
most
must be
important
from
thing is
Samin,
it is a
son.
vital for anyone seeking to master
Of
the
course you can have
system.
everything back. As long as you ask nicely, eh? Well, how about we do things differently? You lay down your weapons, and we can all have a nice little chat. I mean, I don't intend to go murdering local lords. I just want your coin.
That's very noble of you, sir.
What are you gaping at? At them!
So another thing, you have to be very careful when you face multiple enemies. For the beginners in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, it is preferable to engage enemies only when the numbers are even, because taking one more than one foe can be troublesome. Enemies are often try to critical attack around Henry and strike them from blind spot and require extra caution. In this situation where fighting is outnumbered is unavoidable, good movement is critical. Taking a few steps back and make sure all enemies remain in Henry's field of vision are key strategies in this RPG focus on realism. Attack only when an opponent arises and avoid position that enemies can exploit.
Fuckers. Henry! Hey, Henry! Are you listening? Come here!
I'm...
Is anyone there?
So killing these wolves is
If I don't help him, then
difficult one, you can say. So to do this, you need to effectively dodge them. You can use bow and you have to learn how to block precisely. Try to keep an wolves in your view and even melee them in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So number one is blocking. You are tough enough to early how to perfect block and riposte. This is a big recommendation here, although I know it can be a tricky. Focus your attention on one wolf and wait patiently for the green and blue symbol to defend and strike at opponent movement. Getting the timing done can be stressful, but it is more than double. So another thing you have to remember is dodging. If you are bowless, you need to utilize dodges. It is a great way to clear space, evade incoming attack, and get you closer and further away from your target. This is more of important technique than anything, but again, it can save your life if you are a master it. So another important thing is visit Tomcat as soon as possible. Just like in the first game, Master Strike remain one of the best ability. Henry can learn fundamental for dominating combat in this game. It allows automatic counter strike right after performing a perfect block, making battle considerable easier. So another important thing is try different weapons the game offers. Swords are not the only two Henry can wield. The game features a wide selection of weapons, each favorite a distinct gameplay style. It is worthwhile to experiment with different type of weapons to find at which best fit a personal approach. Those having difficult with combat in this game that might find that swinging to another weapon completely change the experience. It is important to understand the strength and weakness of each option before investigating Henry's pack. Avoid unnecessary waste. So another most important thing is attack the enemy's unprotected area. Henry's movement is critical in this game, but so is carefully observing how the enemy is positioned. Striking parts of the opponent that are not guarded can be decisive. For example, aiming bows at the side opponent, the enemy's sword or shield can improve success rate. This approach raises the likelihood of successful hit. Since there is less time for an opponent to move the block point place, paying attention to this detail can make all the difference in a fighting outcome. determining whether Henry emerged victorious or is quickly defeated. So another thing is if it is possible to become over encumbered to gain strength. For this, seeking an effective method to increase strength in this game, becoming over encumbered, can be a valid solution. Carrying more weight than the limit allows Henrys to gradually generate boost, this attribute resulting in more powerful strikes during combat. It is a helpful solution for player watching a maximum melee damage without depending solely on new gear. However, an overloaded inventory disable fast travel and significantly reduce Henry's movement, making escape a dodge more difficult. So it is wise to do this only in safe area and to avoid long journey while carrying expensive amount of weight. So the final tips is obtain the head protection perk as soon as possible. One of the most important aspects of survival in this game to ensure Henry remain well protected. Enemy often look for opening and target undergrated areas to deal maximum damage. Head strike can be especially dangerous, sometimes decided a fight with one well placed blow. Investing in head protection is therefore a critical step for increase the protection, and I can say finally the head protection perk boost helmet damage and absorbed by 20% make them even better. This benefit is invaluable and very important in the early game when Henry has limited access to higher quality armor, since enemy often aim for valuable spot and the head of can be mean different between victory and being taken out in a few hits.